At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
And now, starting lineup. First for the visitors from Newberry, South Carolina, the Newberry Wolves. Leading off and playing in right field, number 11, Leah Evans. Batting second, playing at shortstop, number 4, Melanie Carr. Batting third and catching, number 3, Molly Mattis. Cleanup hitter and first baseman, number 16, Sierra Brogdon. Batting fifth, the designated player, number 33, Mackenzie Turner. Batting sixth, playing in center field, number 20, Vanessa Wilson. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 17, Maddie Brown. Batting eighth, playing in left field, number 2, Amber D'Alfonso. Batting ninth, playing at third base, number 14, Haley Hill. The starting pitcher for the Wolves is number 24, Lindsay Foster. Newberry is coached by Cedia Triplett, assisted by Mitch Smith. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the starting lineup for your Carson-Newman Eagles. In left field from Gadsden, Alabama, a 5'5 freshman, number 14, Abby Martin. In center field from Alcoa, Tennessee, a 5'6 junior, number 18, Sienna Cameron. In right field from Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, a 5'7 junior, number 4, Mary Vandergrift. At third base from Orange, Connecticut, a 5'5 junior, number 42, Brooke Matazowski. At shortstop from Knoxville, Tennessee, a 5'7 sophomore, number 2, Hayden Dye. At second base from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, a 5'3 senior, number 6, Carmen Holt. At first base from Coreyton, Tennessee, a 5'4 junior, number 12, Macy Hughes. The catcher from Harrodsburg, Kentucky, a 5'5 sophomore, number 33, Kennedy Warder. And the starting pitcher from Southside, Alabama, a 5'10 freshman, number 31, Riley Gaddis. Carson-Newman is coached by Michael Graves, assisted by Sarah King, athletic trainer Becca Brandstetter.
Greetings, salutations, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex for League Twin Bill between the Newberry Wolves and the Carson-Newman Eagles. Adam Cavalier, happy to have you alongside for this one as Carson-Newman sends Riley Gaddis to the circle. The freshman is 7-3 with a 3.90 ERA, her 14th appearance, her 14th start. She's gone a complete game about half the time. 66 and a third innings of work, has given up 72 hits, and opponents hitting 278 off of her. Carson-Newman is winners of 6 consecutive. Eagles have the longest winning streak in the South Atlantic Conference, while Newberry checks in at 17-12 and 5-5 in league action. Eagles atop the table, tied with Wingate in the SAC standings. It's Leah Evans to lead things off for the Newberry Wolves, and we are set to get underway at 1:01 p.m. 1 minute behind schedule as Gaddis stands in, turns, winds, and delivers the first pitch. Evans takes low for a ball to begin the at-bat, 1-0. Carson-Newman with Gaddis in the circle. Kennedy Warder is her battery mate behind the plate. Gaddis wheels and deals the 1-0. It's taken on the inner half for a strike, 1-1. Defensively, third to first, the Eagles go Matazowski, Dye, Holt, and Hughes. And then in the outfield, Martin in left, Cameron in center, and Vandergriff in right. Gaddis, 1-1. And pitching. Evans takes low again for a ball, 2-1. Leah Evans, sophomore, hitting .393 this season. She's appeared in 27 of the Wolves' 29 games. Started 16 of them. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on. Evans bolts it into the left center field alleyway. That'll bounce to the wall where Martin picks it up. But Evans motors into second. She's got a leadoff double. And the Wolves in business early with a leadoff extra base hit. Evans didn't take the bat off of her shoulder until the fourth pitch of the AB. And she drove it into the left center field alleyway. A Newberry in business for Melanie Carr. Newberry in all black jerseys with gray batting helmets. Scarlet numerals and lettering on the front and back trimmed in white. As Gaddis cycles through the signs with Warder and pitches to Carr. Carr squares to bunt, pulls back. It's in there for a strike. 0-1. Corners came crashing in. Holt from second was covering first, and Evans left by herself on the second base bag. Well, it's something that Newberry under Cedia Trippa has always been good at, known for sacrificing runners over. Their top 15 in the country in sacrifice hits this season and second in the league. 0-1. Gaddis pitches downstairs for a ball. Warder out from behind home plate to keep Evans honest at second. Evans only one stolen base on the year. She has scored 17 runs. Gaddis. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Carr bunts, popped in the air. Warder grabs it behind home plate, and there's out number 1. Now, that's not what the doctor ordered for Newberry there. A failed sacrifice on a popped-up bunt to the catcher, and there's quickly one away. And this brings up one of the hottest-hitting freshmen in the South Atlantic Conference. And boy, the conversation for Freshman of the Year is going to be an interesting one. Molly Mattis hitting .419 this season. Gaddis deals, and Mattis takes off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. Mattis, .419 the batting average. She's socked 14 doubles and hit 7 home runs. The pitch. On the outside edge for a strike, and it's 1-1. Gaddis turns and pitches the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a pitch down. Drop ball got Mattis to whiff over the top of it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Talking about freshman of the year, you got Molly Mattis, 37 driven in, the 21 extra base hits, second nationally in doubles with 14, and Macaulay Bailey on the opposite side for Carson-Newman, leading the country in runs batted in. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Big-time punch-out for Riley Gaddis to get Mattis to whiff, and there's 2 away. So after giving up the leadoff double to Leah Evans, Gaddis has settled in, gotten a pop-up on a bunt attempt and a strikeout to one of the hottest-hitting freshmen in the South Atlantic Conference. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Sierra Brogdon. Gaddis wheels and deals the first pitch. Off speed and on the outer half for a strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Brogdon hitting .364 this season. .359 with runners in scoring position. The 0-1. Downstairs for a ball, it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. No score here in the top of the first. A runner on second is Leah Evans. She led off the game with a double to left center field. Gaddis trying to work through the spot of bother. The 1-1. Taken on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 1-2. Gaddis pretty pitch efficient here to start this game. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 14 pitches for Riley Gaddis, 9 have been in the zone. Gaddis twirls up the 1-2 offering. Here it is. Brogdon checks her swing and a pitch low and away. Gaddis didn't get her to chase, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Newberry trying to take advantage of the leadoff double from Leah Evans with no score here in the top of the first. Gaddis twirls up the 2-2. A changeup bounces in the turf for ball 3. And that loads the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. After Sierra Brogdon, with first base open, you get Mackenzie Turner, who's making her 11th start of the season. Gaddis, the payoff pitch to the plate. Swung on, popped in the air behind home plate. Warder cannot find it, and it drops in front of the backstop to keep the at-bat going. Kennedy Warder couldn't locate it in the air, and it lands to keep the at-bat going. Warder definitely didn't get a decent read of that off the bat. And she was the only player who could make a play on it. 3-2 to Brogdon. 7th pitch of the at-bat. Gaddis wheels and deals. Brogdon takes a called third strike on the outside edge. Gaddis punches out 2 to get out of the jam after the leadoff double to Evans. So Carson-Newman battles through after giving up the extra base hit to start the inning. No score after a half inning. We're back to the Vic after these messages. This is the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee at Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Back at the Vicky Kazee Hollifield Softball Complex, Adam Cavalier, happy to have you on hand. No score between Carson-Newman and Newberry after a half inning. Eagles ranked 24th in the country and have an offense that has just been torrid in the month of March. Eagles hitting .406 in March and averaging 8.84 runs per game since the calendar turned over. So Lindsey Foster stands in and wheels and deals the first pitch. It's in the turf for a ball, 1-0. Foster this year, 6-4 with a 3.80 ERA. Opponents hitting .269 off of her. She struck out 54 batters in 59 innings, so she gives up about a hit an inning, but she also strikes out about a batter an inning. 1-0, misses low, and it's 2-0. Foster, the fourth left-handed starter that Carson-Newman has faced off against this season. The pitch bounces in the turf, and it's 3-0 to Sienna Cameron. Foster, the fifth left-handed starter that Carson-Newman has faced off against. Eagles 3-1 against lefties this year. 3-0 to Cameron, leads the league with a .486 batting average. And she takes on the inner half for a strike, 3-1. Mike Barnett is our home plate umpire today. Bobby Gosnell at first base and Bob Lance at third. 3-1. Cameron comes through, and it's 3-2. So after falling into a 3-0 hole, Lindsey Foster has battled back to load the count on Sienna Cameron. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter. Foster pitches, and Cameron takes down for ball 4. So a 6-pitch walk for Sienna Cameron. Eagles get the leadoff batter on after the base on balls. Well, Foster was pretty good last year against Carson-Newman. 7 innings, win a complete game, and an 8-4 win for the Wolves over the Eagles. Scattered 7 hits against 4 runs with 3 earned. Walked 3, struck out 3. Brings up Macy Hughes, who Foster deals to. Hughes squares to bunt and pulls it back on a pitch down for a ball, 1-0. Got Foster in the circle for the Wolves. Molly Mattis behind the plate. Haley Hill at third. Melanie Carr at short. Maddie Brown at second. And Sierra Brogdon at first. Foster, the 1-0 pitch. Hughes squares to bunt, dribbles it back to the circle. Foster delayed fielding. Hughes is safe at first. And Cameron goes all the way to third with nobody covering. Well, the catcher, Mattis, and the first baseman, Brogdon, probably needed to be the ones to take charge there. It's a bunt single for Macy Hughes. Cameron advances 2 bases. And Carson-Newman, with a perfectly executed bunt by Macy Hughes, the junior out of Coreyton, Tennessee. So a base hit for Macy Hughes. And the Eagles, with runners on the corners with nobody out, finish setting the Newberry defense left to right across the outfield. Amber D'Alfonso, Vanessa Wilson, and Leah Evans in the outfield under sunny skies for the black-clad Wolves. Brings up Macaulay Bailey, who has just been on a tear. Bailey squares to bunt, pulls back. It's in for a strike. No throw from Mattis. She concedes second base to Hughes on her league-leading 16th stolen base of the year. And the Eagles have 2 in scoring position for Bailey. Country's leader in runs batted in. Foster pitches. Bailey skies it down the right field line. Twisting foul and out of play, and it's 0-2. Well, Bailey was on one Thursday at UVA Wise. 7 driven in, and she was only retired twice in 8 trips to the plate. The 0-2. Bailey takes down for a ball. It's 1-2. Macaulay Bailey with a runner on third. She's had this situation come up 9 times. She's scored the run 8 times. Well, that's probably why she leads the country in all divisions and runs batted in. The 1-2. Bounces in the turf. Blocked well by Mattis. Keeps the runners where they are, and it's 2-2. Cameron on third. Hughes on second. No score bottom of the first, but the Eagles threatening after a walk, a bunt single, and a stolen base. 2-2. Foster pitches. Bailey swings, sends it down the right field line, turning foul and out of play. Do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Macaulay Bailey in March, just unreal. 606 the batting average since March 1st. She rides a 10-game hitting streak. Longest of her young career. The 2-2. Bailey defensively cues it foul to the right now to play. Do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Navy blue tops for the Eagles. Eagles written across the front of the chest in white with white numerals. White trousers and knee-high navy socks for Carson-Newman. Foster. 15th pitch of the inning. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. The righty winds and delivers, and Bailey tips it foul to the right, and it's 2-2. Still, 8th pitch of the at-bat. Longest at-bat of the season here for Macaulay Bailey. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out, 2 in scoring position for the Eagles in the bottom of the first. Foster deals. Bailey takes off the plate for ball 3. So a payoff pitch forthcoming with first base open for Lindsey Foster. Granted, Brooke Matazowski does loom in the lineup. Carson-Newman's lineup so dangerous. The 3-2 pitch. Bailey swings, pulls it down the right field line. Out of play once more. So we see a 10th pitch in this at-bat. What a battle here between Foster and Bailey early. Foster delivers the payoff pitch. Bailey swings, smashes it into the hole at third, and now everybody is in a pickle. Cameron caught in a rundown between third and home, and she is tagged out. Bailey gets to first. Hughes has to stay put at second. And Carson-Newman able to be only retired for 1 out there. I think the put out on Cameron went 6-5-2-5. Big emphasis on things. 1 out. Up comes Brooke Matazowski. She takes on the inner half for a strike. 0-1. How about that? Just the second time this season in 10 opportunities where Bailey hasn't driven in a run from third with less than 2 out. The pitch downstairs for a ball. It's 1-1. Runners on second and first for Carson-Newman. Hughes on second, Bailey on first. 1 out on the board. No score, bottom of the first. Foster. Here's the 1-1. Matazowski swings, dribbles it to the right side of the infield. It's grabbed by the second baseman, Brown, who underhand flips to Brogdon. That gets Matazowski 4-3, but a productive out moving Hughes and Bailey into scoring position. There's 2 away for Kennedy Warder. If you're seeding a triplet after running into a problem with 2 in scoring position and nobody out, you haven't given up the run yet, and the Eagles can no longer score a run with an out. Kennedy Warder stands in. Foster deals low for a ball. It's 1-0. 22 pitches for Lindsey Foster. 12 have found the zone. Wind blowing out to center field. Outfield playing in a touch. Foster, the 1-0. Warder swings and fouls it to the right now to play. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike to Kennedy Warder. Warder riding a career-best 8-game hitting streak. She grounds this one to third. Throw to first. Not in time. Warder legs out an infield single. Macy Hughes scores, and the Eagles lead it 1-0. Good hard running by Kennedy Warder to leg out the base hit to third and score Macy Hughes. 1-0, Carson-Newman has the lead as Hayden Dye comes up. Dye stands in, Foster pitches, and Dye takes a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Second hit of the inning for Carson-Newman by Warder. A two-out infield single to third produces the opening run, the 0-1. Downstairs to Dye, and it's 1-1. Carson-Newman put together a little two-out rally. And at Foster, she got the ground ball. Warder just has the wheels to beat out the throw from third. The 1-1. Swung on, lifted foul, back and out of play. It's 1-2. If you're Newberry, runners on second and third and nobody out to start this inning. If you limit the damage to just one, you're probably pleased. 1-2, the pitch. Change up that Dye pokes in the air to right. Evans doesn't have to move at all, and the right fielder makes the grab to put away Dye and finish the frame. So the Eagles only get one. Had two on in scoring position with nobody out. It's an infield single from Kennedy Warder that gives Carson-Newman the initial edge. We're back after this on the Eagles Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
AEC, bringing the winning game plan to your team.
Turner to lead off the top of the second for Newberry, who trails Carson-Newman 1-0 after a two-out Kennedy Warder RBI single in the bottom of the first. Turner stands in, hitting .310, and Gaddis deals to the righty. On the outside edge at the belt for a strike, 0-1. Carson-Newman, one run off of two hits to start this game. Gaddis, 0-1. Curveball outside, 1-1. Gaddis stands in, turns and pitches the 1-1. Taken on the outside edge for a strike, it's 1-2. Turner on base nearly 43% of the time when she hits leadoff. Newberry has done a lot of lineup shuffling this season. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, laced off the glove of a diving Carmen Holt in the hole at second. It bounces and rolls into right center field for a leadoff base knock for Turner. So for a second consecutive inning, the Wolves get the leadoff batter aboard. Second hit of the day for Newberry. And Turner gets herself on, lunging and stroking one through the right side. Sends the center fielder Vanessa Wilson to the plate. Wilson, the only player for Newberry who has started at all 29 games this season. Gaddis pitches to her. She squares to bunt, pulls it back on a strike on the outer half. 0-1. The pitch. Fouled back to the backstop, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Vanessa Wilson. Turner on first for the Wolves, clad in all black. Gaddis. Wilson still showing bunt with 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down and away for a ball. It's 1-2. A lot of interesting action around the South Atlantic Conference today. It's like every year for the past 4 or 5 years, anything can happen on any day within the league. Gaddis, the 1-2. Swing and a miss and a pitch down, and Wilson whiffs. 3rd strikeout of the day for Riley Gaddis, and there's 1 away for Maddie Brown. Gaddis, quality drop on that pitch. Brown hitting .244 this season. The righty stands in with 1 out and Turner on first. Gaddis deals. Right down Broadway for a strike, 0-1. When we talk about the league and anything happening on any given day, this is a Newberry team that has a run rule sweep over Lincoln Memorial under its belt. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate away for a ball, 1-1. It also represents UVA Wise's only conference wins. Cavs swept a doubleheader with the Wolves at Cavalier Field a couple weeks ago. The marquee game on the docket today is Wingate at Anderson. Those two are scoreless after 2 over in the Electric City. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a tapper foul by Brown. It's 1-2. Coker Tusculum, they're scoreless. That's because they haven't started yet. They've got the lineups in. They've got no score. That's a 2 p.m. first pitch from Greenville, Tennessee. Pardon me. Lincoln Memorial's at Catawba. Those two are scoreless in the second. And Emory and Henry is out to a 5-0 lead on UVA Wise in the bottom of the second over in Emory, Virginia. 1-2 to Brown. Gaddis has to step off as Brown calls for time. Lenore Ryan was supposed to play Mars Hill today, but given the wintry weather in the mountains outside of Asheville, that got postponed. Here's the 1-2. Taken down for a ball. It's 2-2. 30th pitch of the afternoon for Riley Gaddis. She's thrown 19 strikes so far. Contending with Turner on first, who does have a stolen base to her name on 1 attempt. 1 out, 1-0 lead for the Eagles, top of the second. Gaddis, here's the 2-2. Swung on, laced over the head of Dyatt, shortened into left field. That's a base hit for Maddie Brown. A screaming single into left, and the Wolves have 2 aboard with 1 out in the top of the second. So a 1-out knock for Maddie Brown to left. The Wolves in business for Amber D'Alfonso in the 8-hole. Lefty batter stands in as Gaddis deals in the turf for a ball. Scooped well by Warder. That keeps the runners where they are. D'Alfonso only hitting .271 this year, but she has been really good with runners. .375 the batting average with runners in scoring position. She's got Turner on second. Gaddis locks and loads the 1-0. Swung on and dribbled foul up the third base line. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Gaddis had to work through a spot of bother in the top of the first when Leah Evans led off the game with her 3rd double of the season. Now has 2 on and 1 out in the top of the second. Gaddis, the 1-1 to D'Alfonso, is popped in the air to left. Martin drifts to the alleyway to grab it, and there's 2 away. So D'Alfonso, a sky-high pop-up to Abby Martin in left. 2 out, 2 on for the Wolves. Trailing 1-0 in the top of the second with the 9-hole hitting Haley Hill to the plate. Hill's been able to produce some runs down in the 9-hole, 15 driven in off of 9 extra base hits, 5 doubles, a triple, and 3 jacks. Right-hand batter stays in front of the plate as Gaddis pitches outside for a ball to start 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Newberry and Carson-Newman, 2 of the hottest hitting teams in the country, but they're middle of the pack in the SAC. It speaks to how good SAC softball is this year. The 1-0 pitch. Taken on the outside edge for a strike. It's 1-1. How about this? Newberry and Carson-Newman are 6th and 7th in the country, respectively, in hits. Pretty good, right? 4th and 5th in the SAC. League teams have been very offensive-minded. Gaddis, the 1-1 to Hill. Popped in the air, left side of the field, drifting toward the foul line. Martin lays out, can't make the grab and foul ground, and it's 1-2. Well, that ball just kept curling and curling and curling. Thought that Hayden Dye would have a pretty good look at it at short, but carried, bent left. Abby Martin unable to make the Sports Center quality play to retire Hill, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1-0 Eagles leading top of the second. Wolves have 2 aboard. Looking for a 2-out knock from the 9-hole batting, Haley Hill. Gaddis delivers the 1-2 pitch. Off the plate away for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hill climbs back in. Shows bunt with 2 strikes. Gaddis. A long look in. Hill calls for time. Reset. Hill back in, still showing bunt with 2 out and 2 strikes and 2 on. Gaddis the pitch. Hill swings away and bounces it foul off of third. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Eagles trying to avoid allowing any damage across in the top of the second. Turner on second, Brown on first. Gaddis delivers to Hill. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Riley Gaddis fans her 4th. And she strands 2 in the top of the second. Wolves a pair of base hits in the inning, but unable to get the timely knock. Gaddis dials up a punch-out. Eagles carry a 1-0 lead at the bottom of the second. Lower third of the order, Holt, Vandergriff, and Martin to the plate for Carson-Newman. After these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Bottom of the second inning, Carmen Holt leads off for Carson-Newman, swinging at the first pitch and dribbling the ball to short. Fielded by Carr. Throw to first is in time to retire Carmen Holt, and there's quickly 1 away off 1 pitch. 1 up, 1 down, 1-0, Eagles leading. Bottom of the second inning. Sends up Mary Vandergriff. Vandergriff's hitting .328 this season. She takes down and in from Foster for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Vandergriff stands in as Foster deals. Downstairs for a ball, it's 2-0. Now, Lindsey Foster helped the Wolves sweep Carson-Newman last year. Game 1 starter, 7 hits and 4 runs allowed. The Eagles off balance for most of the game. Pitch upstairs to Vandergriff, and it's 3-0. Newberry jumped out to a 5-1 lead after 4. It wasn't until the 7th inning where the Eagles offense really got going. Had the tying run on base. Couldn't drive it in. 3-0. Splits the dish for a strike at the belt. 3-1 to Vandergriff. Newberry has won 4 straight in this series. Longest win streak for Newberry in series history. Coming into this, the 65th meeting. The pitch on the outside edge for a strike. Vandergriff thought she had worked the base on balls. Instead, the count loads up. Wolves have swept back-to-back doubleheaders against Carson-Newman. They've been fairly close games, the 3-2. Down and away, ball 4. So a 1-out walk for Mary Vandergriff. And she is the table setter with 1 out for Abby Martin. Well, Martin has really brought her back to life here in her freshman season, having a marvelous March. Really every Eagle in the lineup having a marvelous March. Foster pitches to Martin, who takes for a strike to start the at-bat, 0-1. There is not a single regular starter for Carson-Newman who's hitting worse than .345 for the month of March. And you've got 5 players who are hitting north of .400 for the month. The 0-1. That's flared foul off the facing of the press box. Martin finds herself in an 0-2 hole. 1-0, Eagles leading. An RBI infield single in the bottom of the first from Kennedy Warder is the difference right now. Both pitchers have had to work around base runners and have done so pretty well. 0-2 to Abby Martin. Freshman stands in. Foster, third base side of the rubber, and pitching. The 0-2 is downstairs for a ball. It's 1-2. Absolutely crucial for Carson-Newman to pick up wins here today, defending the home field. Eagles tied atop the league leaderboard with Wingate. 1-2. Martin bounces it to the right side of the infield. It's grabbed by the second baseman, Brown. Her only play is to second with an underhand toss to the shortstop, Carr. That gets the lead runner, Vandergriff. Martin reaches on the fielder's choice, and there's 2 out. So Martin replaces Vandergriff at first, and the lineup turns back to the top of the order for Sienna Cameron. A lot of ground balls today for Carson-Newman as Foster deals low. Martin off to second. She successfully swipes the bag as the throw from Mattis bounces. Martin steals her 7th base of the season on her 8th attempt. And Carson-Newman now has a runner in scoring position with 2 out. 1-0 to Sienna Cameron, who walked in her first at-bat. Foster pitches. Cameron pulls back the bunt on a strike on the inner half, and it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. 1-0, Eagles leading bottom of the second with a runner in scoring position. And Abby Martin, 1-1. Cameron takes a strike on the inner half. It's 1-2. Sienna Cameron, one of those Eagles that's hitting north of .400 for the month of March, which is really good, except she was hitting .596 in February. Cameron takes low for a ball. It's 2-2. So her average has dropped a touch, but pretty difficult to maintain a .556 pace over the course of a season. Still leads the league in batting average at .486. The 2-2 upstairs for ball 3 to Cameron. Foster set for her 45th pitch. Sophomore righty back aboard the slab. She delivers the 3-2. Cameron swings, bounces it over the head of the pitcher. It rolls into center field. Martin rolling around third. She's out at the plate. So it's an infield single for Sienna Cameron. Martin retired on a dandy of a throw from the shortstop Carr. Mattis grabbed and able to tag out. Michael Graves is going to plead obstruction. And he might have an argument with Mattis squarely on the baseline. Regardless, the inning's over. A 1-0 lead for the Eagles headed to the third. Back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
I get my power from my co-op so I can put my energy into my family.
Into waking up the neighborhood. Latte for Christine.
I get my power from the co-op so I can put my energy into planting seeds for a brighter future.
Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, power to your community, for your community, so your energy can go into the things that matter most to you.
My 69 Camaro.
Who powers you?
AEC, the right call for your energy needs. Let us help you score success.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From footlong hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
We come to the top of the third inning. And the leadoff batter, Leah Evans, back to the plate. Doubled her first time up. 1-0 Eagles lead as we come to the third. And Evans takes low for a ball to begin the at-bat. 1-0. Gaddis pretty firm through 2 innings of work. Has worked around 3 hits. And a couple runners in scoring position. Gaddis twirls up the 1-0. Swung on, bounced to the right side of the infield. Hughes fields and then wins the race to the bag at first to retire Evans on an unassisted ground out. 1 up, 1 down. And that brings up the shortstop, Melanie Carr. Failed sacrifice bunt attempt for Carr her first time up. Popped up to the catcher, Warder, in foul territory. Gaddis deals to Carr. And it's low for a ball, 1-0. 43 pitches for Riley Gaddis. 27 have been for strikes. 1-0. Gaddis pitches. Strike at the handles, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the third inning, a 1-0 lead for Carson-Newman. Gaddis deals in the turf for a ball, 2-1. Pardon me. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Carr hitting .322 this year. Stands in. Gaddis turns and pitches. Swung on, bounced to third. Matazowski fields in fair territory. Throw to first in time to get Carr. Slick work by the Eastern Connecticut State transfer, Brooke Matazowski, with a backhand stab in fair ground at third. And she's able to throw out Carr for the second out. 2 away for Molly Mattis. Well, a lot of really good freshmen in the league this year, and Mattis is one of them, hitting .415. Her, Limestone, Santana, Anderson, as Gaddis delivers the first pitch away for a ball, 1-0. Catawba's third baseman, Riley Tucker, Macaulay Bailey at Carson-Newman. I do not envy the decision-making process to choose the freshman of the year in the league, and arguably all 4 of those players. Here's the 1-0 to Mattis. Pop foul backing out of play, 1-1. Could challenge Anderson's Kason Boatner for player of the year in the league. Boatner's obviously having a really good season. 13 jacks. She's top 10 in the country and runs batted in. Hitting north of 420, the 1-1. Dribbled foul off a third, 1 and 2. But it's similar numbers for Mattis. She's hitting north of 400 with top 10 RBIs. Macaulay Bailey for Carson-Newman, north of 400. Leads the country and runs batted in. Santana Anderson, north of 400. 9 home runs at Limestone. Freshman this year, it's insane how good the freshman class in the league is. The 1-2. Outside for a ball, 2-2 to Mattis. Doing the prep for this game, you see her numbers in the form of Mattis and think, Cedia Triplett must have gotten a junior college transfer. And nope, another just sensational freshman. 2-2. Gaddis deals. Change up. Mattis swings and misses way out in front. She struck out twice today. Gaddis faces the minimum for the first time. We head to the bottom of the third. A 1-0 lead for the Eagles. Hughes, Bailey, Matizowski to the bat rack when we return after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
1-0 Eagles lead it as we head to the bottom of the third inning. And Macy Hughes leads things off for Carson-Newman. She got herself on board with a bunt single as Foster fires high for a ball to begin the at-bat 1-0. Adam Cavalier, glad that you're with us here on a chilly Saturday on the banks of Mossy Creek. Temperatures hovering around 45 degrees. Pretty comfortable if you're in the sun, the 1-0. Outside for a ball, 2-0 to Hughes. But if you are in the shade, whoo boy, are you regretting your decisions to be outside. Wind's blustering out to left field. Foster 2-0 on Hughes. Righty deals. And Hughes hacks a pitch high, foul back to the backstop. It's 2-1. So Hughes had the green light. Batting average ticks up to .372 after her bunt single to start her day. Foster the 2-1. Hughes swings and misses. A tad late on the heater, 2-2. 50th pitch of the outing coming up for Lindsey Foster. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The leadoff batter Hughes, who gets on base 47% of the time when she leads off. 2-2 off the plate away, and the count loads up. That was pitch 50 for Foster. 28 of her first 50 pitches have been in the zone. In spite of the cold temperatures, it is a pretty day. The 3-2. Hughes swings. Hard smash to third. Fielded cleanly by Hill on one hop. And a throw to first in time to Brogdon to get Hughes 5-3. Hughes hit it hard, but Hill able to have the reaction time at third base to retire her. And there's one out for Macaulay Bailey. Bailey, the reigning SAC and Tennessee Sports Writers Association State Player of the Week. Foster deals to her, and Bailey rips it to short. Fielded on the short hop by Carr, who throws her out 6-3. So a pretty pitch-efficient inning for Lindsey Foster. 2 up, 2 down, bases empty. Eagles leading 1-0 in the bottom of the third. Matizowski stands in after a ground out to second her first time through. And takes on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. 1-0, Eagles leading, bottom of the third. Foster and Gaddis have found themselves in a nice groove here over the last couple of frames. The 0-1 bounces in the turf for a ball. It's 1-1. Decent crowd here at the Vic in spite of the cold temperatures. You see a lot of hoodies, a lot of blankets, a lot of big puffy jackets here at the Vic for these two. The 1-1. Upstairs to Matazowski, 2-1. Our fantastic crew today, our director, Mia Toribio, Ian Johnson running replay, Burke Rothgeb, Josh Butts, and Jay West on camera for game one. The 2-1 pitch. Upstairs to Matazowski. She lays off, and it's 3-1. Just elated that you have chosen to spend part of your Saturday with us here on the Eagle Sports Network. Got a lot of sports options to choose from, and you're here with us. The 3-1. Matazowski flares down the right field line, twisting foul and out of play. That loads the count at 3-2. A lot of 3-2 counts that Lindsey Foster has had to contend with here in this one. The payoff pitch. Swing and a defensive swing. Tips it foul to the backstop. Matazowski keeps the at-bat going. Seventh 3-2 count that Foster has worked. The payoff pitch was low. Matazowski pokes it to left center field. It's a long run, and D'Alfonso reaches out and snags it as she falls to the turf in the left center field alleyway. D'Alfonso plucks it at knee height and robs Matazowski of extra bases. A fantastic play by the left fielder. And it results in Foster facing the minimum in the bottom of the third. 1-0. Eagles lead it still. Brogdon, Turner, Wilson to the plate when we get back after these messages on the Eagles Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Riley Gaddis starts Sierra Brogdon with a pitch out of the zone for a ball, I believe. We'll get the official word from Mike Barnett here in a moment. Scoreboard has 0-1. I have 1-0. Gaddis deals, and Brogdon takes low. That's definitely a ball. I believe it is 1-1 the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Brogdon. Gaddis deals downstairs for a ball, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Brogdon, who struck out looking her first time up. Riley Gaddis has matched a career high with 5 strikeouts in this one. Gaddis delivers the 2-1 pitch. It's swung on. Brogdon hits it in the air deep to center field. Back to the wall goes Cameron. She reaches up, had it in her glove, but couldn't pull it in. It's a leadoff blast for Sierra Brogdon, her 4th home run of the season. And Newberry has tied this game. Well, Sienna Cameron has robbed a lot of folks at the wall over the years, but unable to pull that one in. Cameron timed it right, just couldn't get it in her glove. And we are all square at a run apiece here in the top of the fourth. Brings up the designated player, Turner. She singled to right her first time through. Gaddis deals. Downstairs in the turf for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Mackenzie Turner. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder and pitches. Swung on. This is laced to left center field, and this is out of here. Turner goes yard for the first time this season. Back-to-back jacks for Newberry, and the Wolves have grabbed a 2-1 lead in the top of the fourth. Pitch was low, and Turner gave it a ride to left center. 2-1, Newberry leads after back-to-back home runs to start the fourth inning. First time in the last 12 years players have gone back-to-back with jacks against Carson-Newman. As Wilson stands in and takes off the plate away for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Wilson. Newberry leading 2-1 in the top of the fourth. Wilson, a strikeout victim, swinging her first time up. Gaddis delivers. Down and in for a ball. It's 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Gaddis, the pitch. Taken for a strike right down the middle, 2-1. Gaddis delivers the pitch. Swung on. This is laced to left center field. That's down for at least one. Wilson rounding first. She's sliding into second. Back to back to back extra base hits for Newberry. And the Wolves in business here in the top of the fourth inning. Kennedy Warder out from behind home plate to have a chat with Riley Gaddis, and now Michael Graves is out from the dugout. The Eagles, a quick conference. Gaddis was cruising along. Had faced the minimum in the third. Newberry really hadn't hit anything hard off of her. But back-to-back home runs and then a Van Wilson double to left center. And the Wolves in business here in the top of the fourth. A quick conversation in the circle is through. Riley Gaddis now goes to work against the second baseman, Maddie Brown, who singled her first time up. Gaddis pitches. Brown squares to bunt, pulls it back. The changeup's in there for a strike anyway, and it's 0-1. Back-to-back bombs for Newberry has given the Wolves a 2-1 lead here in the top of the fourth inning. Brogdon and Turner going back-to-back with jacks. 0-1. Gaddis deals. Brown swings and cranks it foul into the bullpen on the left field line. It's 0-2. Gaddis. Set for the 0-2 pitch, and she deals. Off the plate away. Brown doesn't chase, and it's 1-2. One ball, two strikes. Still nobody out. Newberry trying to play add-on. The pitch. Change up low for ball two. Gaddis gets the sign from Warder. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, lace to right center field. Cameron lays out and makes a highlight-worthy grab, robbing Brown of extra bases in the right center field alleyway. That was spectacular work by Sienna Cameron. Cameron going horizontal to pull it in. Brings up D'Alfonso. Popped up to left her first time through. Lefty stays back of the dish. As Gaddis deals. Bunted back to the circle. Gaddis charges. Fields throw to first is not in time. A bunt single back to the circle for D'Alfonso, and there are runners on the corners with one out in the top of the fourth. Seventh hit of the day for Newberry. Off the bunt single for D'Alfonso. It brings up the 9-hole hitting Hill. She was a strikeout victim her first time up. Runners on the corners, one out. Newberry 2, Carson-Newman 1. Gaddis pitches. Hill squares to bunt, pulls back on a strike. D'Alfonso darting off of first, but she doesn't move towards second. Stolen 2 bags this year. Carson-Newman pulls off the double steal of home frequently. Not sure if Newberry is of like-minded, although the Wolves pretty aggressive on the base paths with their small ball tactics. The 0-1. Swung on, lifted in the air to deep left center field. Cameron back to the warning track. She reaches up and grabs it. Tagging from third and scoring is Wilson. It's a sacrifice fly for Hill. D'Alfonso has to stay put at first base. And it's a 3-run top of the fourth for Newberry to take a 3-1 lead on Carson-Newman. Deep fly ball into the left center field alleyway. Hill retired, but productively scores Wilson. The lineup turns back to the top of the order for Evans. She's 1 for 2 today with a double and a ground out. She takes a first pitch strike, 0-1. 3 runs off of 4 hits in the inning for Newberry. The Eagle bats have been pretty quiet since that first inning. Carson-Newman scored its 1 run without hitting the ball out of the infield. 0-1, Gaddis deals. Downstairs, 1-1 to Evans. Eagles still trying to figure out Lindsey Foster in the circle. Both these teams, these are pretty crucial games for both Carson-Newman and Newberry. Potential for separation for both these sides. The 1-1. Evans takes inside for a ball. It's 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. D'Alfonso on first. 3 across here in the top of the fourth for Newberry. Anderson has opened up a 4-0 lead on Wingate through 4 innings. Eagles and Bulldogs tied atop the league leaderboards. The 2-1 pitch. Misses low for ball 3. It's 3-1 to Evans. This game for both these teams marks the halfway point of the league schedule for both Carson-Newman and Newberry. The 3-1. Swung on, popped beyond Diet short. It drops into shallow left field for a bloop single on what was going to be ball 4 anyway for Evans. But she gets herself a little poke with a 2-out knock and the 8th hit of the day for the Wolves. 5 hits in the inning for Newberry. Tough play for Dye to make. Going back at short. 2 out, 2 on now for the Wolves. Trying to break things open here in the top of the 4th inning. 3 across this inning already. And Carr to the plate. First pitch to Carr is on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Well, how good is the league this year? Newberry at 5-5, tied with Anderson in 7th place. And that's unbelievable. That two teams of this caliber, the 0-1, swung on, bounced back to the circle. Gaddis fields and throws low to first, scooped up by Hughes to retire Carr. That's the inning. Newberry scores 3 times off of 5 hits to finish the thought. Unbelievable that two teams the caliber of Newberry and Anderson are tied for 7th in the league standings. Eagles lead the league at present standing, tied with Wingate. But Carson-Newman, if it wants to keep that place atop the table, will need to rally. Eagles down 3-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
3-1, Newberry has its first lead of the day on Carson-Newman as we come to the bottom of the 4th with Kennedy Warder leading off the inning. She swings at the first pitch, slow roller to the left side of the circle, gobbled up by the shortstop Carr, throw to first, not in time. Second infield single of the day for Kennedy Warder. The Eagles have their 4th hit and their first leadoff batter aboard since the first. Carson-Newman trying to find its offense. Just 1 run for the Eagles off of 4 hits today for a team that ranks 12th in the country in batting average and is top 10 in runs scored. Foster deals to Dye, who swings at the first pitch. Laser beam down the right field line. Banging off the wall, but foul. 0-1. A 3-run top of the 4th for Newberry. Back-to-back jacks to lead off the inning for Sierra Brogdon and Mackenzie Turner. And then a sacrifice fly from Haley Hill to cap a 3-run, 5-hit frame for the Wolves. The 0-1. Dye swings, bouncing ball back up the box. That finds its way into center field for a base hit. So back-to-back knocks for Carson-Newman, and the Eagles have the tying run on with nobody out. And Carmen Holt to the plate. Holt is 0 for 1 today. She grounded out off of one pitch to short. Squares to bunt and pulls back on a pitch down, 1-0. Pitch. Holt tips the bunt foul off of Mike Barnett behind the plate. And it's 1-1. 3-1 Newberry leading. Bottom of the fourth inning. 1-1 to Holt. Foster pitches. Holt squares to bunt, pulls back, pitch low, 2-1. Got pretty good speed on the base pass for Carson-Newman. Carson-Newman as a team has a fair amount of good team speed, but Warder runs well on second. Dyes swiped 5 bags at first. The 2-1. Bunted. Foul by Holt. Can't get it down. And it's 2-2. She'll have to swing away. Carmen Holt, in her 199th career at-bat, went yard against UVA Wise for the first time in her career in Game 2 of a doubleheader. 2-2. Holt swings, bouncing ball to second. Grabbed by Brown, throws to first. Surprised she didn't go for the tag on Dye and try to get 2. But Holt does her job anyway, moves the pair into scoring position. It doesn't officially go down as a sacrifice. But Holt moves Warder and Dye to third and second, respectively, for Mary Vandergriff. Eagles down 2 runs as Foster pitches, and Vandergriff takes low for a ball, 1-0. Vandergriff worked a walk her first time through. Eagles have 5 hits on the day. All of them have been singles. A bunt single for Macy Hughes, an RBI single to third for Kennedy Warder. Pitch in tight to Vandergriff. She steps out of the way of it, and it's 2-0. Sienna Cameron had a single in the second to the shortstop that ended the inning when Martin was thrown out at home trying to score. The 2-0. Vandergriff takes the strike at the handles, 2-1. And now, singles here in the fourth. Warder an infield single to short. Dyes actually leaves the infield and rolls into center. A lot of ground balls that Foster has induced, the 2-1. Vandergriff takes on the outside edge, and Foster has battled back to level the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Warder on third, Dye on second. Eagles trailing 3-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-2 pitch. Off the plate away for ball 3. Count loads up. 8th full count that Lindsey Foster has issued to a Carson-Newman batter today. The righty wheels and deals. And Vandergriff takes low for her second walk of the inning. Ball 4. Foster walks her third batter, and the bases are loaded with 1 out for the left fielder, Martin. Martin reached on a fielder's choice her first time up. Bases loaded. Go-ahead run on first for Carson-Newman, down 2 runs in the bottom of the fourth. Foster pitches. Martin swings, loops it down the right field line, landing in foul ground for a strike. It's 0-1. Evans was racing to it, but it dropped quick enough to keep the at-bat going for Abby Martin. No balls and a strike on the freshman from Gadsden, Alabama. Foster, with the bases loaded, delivers the 0-1. And Martin takes a strike above the knees on the outer half, 0-2. Martin looking for her first hit of the season with the bases loaded. 0-1, her second opportunity. The 0-2. Upstairs, ball 1 to Martin. Martin has been pretty good in these situational spots. Runner on third and less than 2 out. She scores the run 50% of the time. The 1-2. Martin swings and cues it foul to the backstop. Do it again at a ball and 2 strikes. 3-1, Newberry leading. Bottom of the fourth inning. 1 out. Eagles have them loaded. 2 singles and a walk. Foster, the 1-2 pitch. Martin swings, pokes it into the left center field gap. That is down and rolling. 1 run is in. Dye scores standing. Tie game. It's an RBI, 2 RBI double for Abby Martin. And we are level at 3. A little poke for Martin. And she drives in 2 with her 4th double of the season. Brings up Sienna Cameron, who takes on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Carson-Newman looking to retake the lead as Foster deals, and Cameron takes a strike. She's down in the count at 0-2. Pitch misses low, and it's 1-2 to Cameron. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Vandergriff on third, Martin on second. Abby Martin has tied this game with the first extra base hit of the day for Carson-Newman. 1-2. Cameron takes high and tight for a ball. Count evens up at 2-2. 3-3 ball game, bottom of the 4th. Cameron's been aboard twice today with a walk and a base hit. The 2-2. Cameron swings, bounces it back over the pitcher's head. Cameron safe at first. Vandergriff races home. Eagles lead. Vandergriff had to wait. Cameron able to slide into first successfully with an infield single to second. Martin and Vandergriff delayed, move up a bag, and the Eagles grab the lead back. It's 4-3. Carson-Newman counters with a 3-run bottom of the 4th inning. And now Cedia Triplett out to have a chat with Bobby Gosnell. They want to potentially talk about the play at first. Regardless, I would presume that Vandergriff is safe, but we'll let them discuss things. Umpire meeting over. And the call stands. Cameron safe on an infield single to second. Runners on the corners, still 1 out. Eagles have answered the bell here in the bottom of the 4th with a 3-run frame. Macy Hughes will try to keep the line moving. 1 for 2 today with a bunt single and a ground out to third. Foster pitches. Cameron on the move. She steals second off the first pitch strike. 0-1 to Hughes. No throw from Mattis behind the plate with Martin at third. Now 2 in scoring position with 1 out and Hughes at the plate. Foster delivers. The 0-1. Hughes bounces it right side of the infield. Grabbed by Brown at second. She goes to first to get Hughes. It's an RBI ground out for her. Cameron over to third. Martin scores, and the Eagles have a 2-run cushion. A 4-run bottom of the 4th for Carson-Newman. Macy Hughes drives in her 26th run of the season. It brings up Macaulay Bailey with 2 out and a runner on third. She takes low for ball 1 to begin the at-bat, 1-0. Bailey's 0 for 2, a couple of ground balls. Reached on a fielder's choice to third in the first, grounded out to short in the third. The pitch. Bailey flips it foul to the right, and it's 1-1. 1-1. Foster deals. Bailey hacks it foul to the backstop, 1-2. So you've got a 2 RBI double for Abby Martin, an RBI infield single to second for Sienna Cameron, and an RBI ground out for Macy Hughes to score 4 runs and give Carson-Newman a 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the 4th for Carson-Newman. Foster the 1-2. Bailey watches it sail upstairs and away for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 4 runs across in the inning for Carson-Newman to seesaw it back in the Eagles' favor. Foster the 2-2 pitch. Bailey watches it go by down for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. First base empty. The pitch. Bailey flips it foul to the backstop. Another payoff pitch. Foster fires. Bailey swings, blasts it down the right field line, but fouling out of play. Well, Macaulay Bailey hadn't faced an 8-pitch at-bat all season long. And here she is about to face her second of this doubleheader. This game 1. 8th pitch coming up for Foster. Bailey calls for time and steps out. 5-3 lead for Carson-Newman in the bottom of the 4th. The 3-2. Bailey takes downstairs for ball 4. She doesn't chase and walks for just the 5th time this season. Runners on the corners. 2 out for Brooke Matazowski. 9th player of the inning to bat for Carson-Newman. 4 across already. Matazowski looking for a 2-out hit. Foster pitches, and Matazowski takes for a strike at the handles, 0-1. Matazowski 0 for 2. Is grounded out to second and flied out to left. The fly out to left was a phenomenal play by D'Alfonso to rob her of extra bases. The 0-1. Bounces in the turf for a ball. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out. 5-3. Carson-Newman leading bottom of the 4th. Newberry, 3 runs in the top half of this inning. Eagles have answered with a 4 spot in the bottom. The 1-1. Matazowski, tough pitch to lay off. Didn't miss by much, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Foster pitches. Matazowski takes a strike on the inner half, and it's 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I missed a pitch somewhere. Yeah, 2-2. Now Mike Barnett flashes up the appropriate. The pitch. Matazowski bounces it back to the circle. Grabbed by the pitcher, Foster, and she throws to first to finish off Matazowski and the inning. But the Eagles productive. 4 runs off of 4 hits in the inning. Carson-Newman retakes the lead. It's 5-3 after 4. We're back to the Vic after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
I get my power from my co-op so I can put my energy into my family.
Into waking up the neighborhood. Latte for Christine.
I get my power from the co-op, so I can put my energy into planting seed for a brighter future.
Touchstone Energy Cooperatives power to your community for your community, so your energy can go into the things that matter most to you.
My 69 Camaro.
Who powers you?
AEC, the right call for your energy needs. Let us help you score success.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
5-3, Carson-Newman has tilted back in front. The Eagles answer the Wolves' 3-run top of the 4th with a 4-run bottom of the 4th. And Carson-Newman carries a 5-3 lead here into the 5th inning where Mattis leads off, taking a first pitch strike, 0-1 to Riley Gaddis. Gaddis 4 innings of work, has given up 8 hits and 3 runs, all earned, and matched a career high with 5 strikeouts. 0-1, Gaddis pitches. Mattis swings, dribbles it to the left side of the circle. Dye charges from short, throw to first, bounces away from Macy Hughes. Initial ruling is an error. We'll get a look on replay. I thought the throw beat Mattis. We get a look on the replay, and absolutely, if that's an on-target throw, she's out. So first error of the day for either side. Mattis aboard on the E6 throwing error. Brings up Sierra Brogdon, who homered in her last at-bat. Gaddis pitches. Line outside for a ball, 1-0. One ball, no strikes to Brogdon. Strikeout looking. Solo home run. She's 1 for 2. 5-3 Eagles leading top of the 5th. The 1-0. Downstairs for a ball. It's 2-0. Brogdon tips it foul to the on-deck circle on the third base side, 2-1. The 2-1 bounces in the turf. Warder blocks it to keep Mattis at first base, and it's 3-1. Nobody out. A leadoff base runner when Mattis reaches on the throwing error by Dye at short. The pitch finds the zone to load the count at 3-2. Payoff pitch. Gaddis brings it to the plate. Brogdon swings and misses on a pitch down. That was ball 4. Brogdon went hunting, and she comes up empty. A career high 6th strikeout for Riley Gaddis. Now there's one away with 1 out in the top of the 5th for Turner. Turner working on a multi-hit effort. She's 2 for 2. Swings at the first pitch, hits it high down the left field line. Martin back to the wall. She runs out of room. It's out of here. Turner has homered in a second consecutive plate appearance. And this is another tie game. Well, the wind's blowing out to left. And it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. And Martin ran out of room at the wall on the moonshot by Turner. Her second home run of the day, third blast of the day for the Wolves. It's a 5-5 ball game. Here in the top of the 5th. Up comes Wilson, who takes low for a ball, 1-0. Base is empty now. Top of the 5th inning. After one run was scored in the first 3 innings of the game. Gaddis, the 1-0. Wilson takes her strike 1-1. The runs have come tumbling out of this one. 9 of the 10 runs scored have come in the last inning and a half. 3 in the top of the 4th for the Wolves. 2 already here in the top of the 5th. 4 in the bottom of the 4th for Carson-Newman. The pitch. Swing and a foul tip. 1-2 to Wilson. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Eagles is trying to maintain their hold on first place atop the SAC standings. Gaddis. The 1-2 pitch. It's a changeup, bounced foul off of third. Count holds the ball and 2 strikes. Newberry at 5-5, trying to just stay in the hunt, which is just so weird to hear. So many high-caliber teams in the South Atlantic Conference. Newberry is spot away from being out of the conference tournament, but also just 3 games out of first. A lot of parity in the league. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch down. Warder applies the tag and then throws down to first anyway. It's a 7th strikeout for Riley Gaddis, and there's 2 away. Career high 7 strikeouts for Riley Gaddis. He's had to work around the 9 hits. Probably the more troubling thing is that 5 of those have been for extra bases, 2 doubles and 3 blasts. There's 2 out for Brown. Base is empty. She's 1 for 2 today. Gaddis deals to her. A changeup for a strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. Base is empty. But a Turner home run has tied this thing up at 5 runs apiece. Gaddis, 0-1, and pitching. Swinging a bouncing ball left side of the circle. Dye fields at short, throw to first, and plenty of time to get Brown. However, Turner does damage, her 2nd home run in as many innings. And we are back even at 5 apiece. Warder, Dye, and Holt scheduled to appear for Carson-Newman in the home half of the 5th when we come back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
We're all square at 5 runs apiece as the Wolves go to the bullpen and make a pitching change as Allie Sullivan stands in and fires the first pitch strike to Kennedy Warder to begin the at-bat. That's 0-1. Warder's 2 for 2 today. The pitch. Act foul, backing out of play, 0-2. Pair of infield singles for Kennedy Warder. She's legged out base hits to third and to short. Sullivan, 48 2/3 innings of work this year. She's 7-3. Pitch upstairs for a ball is 1-2. And present standing, she'll be the pitcher of record for the Wolves. Giving up 57 hits in those 48 2/3 innings of work. 45 strikeouts and 27 walks, the 1-2. Warder watches it sail outside for a ball, 2-2. Wind continues to blow out to left. Under cold and sunny skies here on the banks of Mossy Creek. Sullivan upstairs, ball 3. 5-5 ball game. Carson-Newman scored 1 in the first thanks to Warder, an RBI infield single. And then scored 4 times in the bottom of the 4th. 3-2, Sullivan deals. Warder checks her swing on a pitch down, and she works the walk. So a leadoff base on balls for Kennedy Warder. 5-5 ball game. Bottom of the 5th inning. Up comes Hayden Dye. Dye, 1 for 2 on the day. Fly out to right and a single back up the middle. She takes upstairs for a ball, 1-0. The pitch. High for a ball, 2-0. Sullivan, 8 pitches, 2 for strikes. Here to start out this relief effort. She pitched last season against Carson-Newman. The 2-0. Dye looks at a strike on the inner half, 2-1. Went the final inning of game 2. Gave up 2 hits and didn't allow a run, with the Wolves hanging on for a 5-4 win. The 2-1. Up and away for a ball, 3-1. The pitch. High for ball 4. So back-to-back walks for Sullivan to start off this bottom of the 5th. And out comes Molly Mattis from behind the plate to have a chat with her pitcher. 11 pitches so far for Allie Sullivan. Only 3 have found the zone. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the 5th. Eagles with 2 aboard to start the inning after back-to-back walks. Up comes Carmen Holt. Sullivan deals. Holt squares to bunt and takes a strike, 0-1. Holt's 0 for 2 today. Couple of ground outs, 1 to short, 1 to second. Her ground out to second functioned as a sacrifice back in the 4th to move 2 into scoring position. The 0-1. Holt squares to bunt. That's on the outside edge again, and much like her at bat in the last inning, she finds herself in an 0-2 hole, and the bunt sign will have to be pulled off. The pitch. Well upstairs for a ball, 1-2. The 1-2. Outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Eagles and Wolves tied at 5 here in the bottom of the 5th. Order on second, Dye on first. The break-even pitch. Outside for ball 3. 16 pitches for Sullivan, 5 in the zone. Sullivan looking for a strike here. She deals. Holt hacks foul back and out of play. Count stays juiced. Three and 2. Sullivan deals. Holt tips it foul to the backstop again. Do it over. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sullivan. One more 3-2. Down and in, ball 4. Back-to-back-to-back walks for Allie Sullivan to start this relief appearance. Bases loaded for Hayden Dye now. Or pardon me, for Mary Vandergriff. Vandergriff has walked twice today. Sullivan pitches in the turf to her, ball 1. Newberry does have an arm loosening up in its pin. And Cedia Triplett is quickly out of the dugout to have a chat with the infield. Can't quite get a bead on the number of Newberry's pitcher warming up in the bullpen. She's primarily behind an NCAA banner And I can't quite get a good look at her number from her position. Olivia Chestnut has pitched. Jayla Jackson has pitched. Cedia Triplett is looking over toward the bullpen and considering making a call. Allie Sullivan has come on in relief and walked the first three she's faced. 5-5 ball game, bottom of the fifth. An eagle on every bag for Mary Vandergriff, who's walked twice herself today. 1-0 to Vandergriff. Sullivan pitches, and Vandergriff takes a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. One ball, one strike. The pitch. Vandergriff checks her swing. At a pitch down, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. An eagle on every bag here in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch. Vandergriff swings. Wallops this one to the left. Back to the wall. It's over the head of D'Alfonso. 1 run is in. Die the wave around third. She slides in. It's a long single for Mary Vandergriff because the runners had to hold. But 2 runs score, and Carson-Newman retakes the lead 7-5. A 2 RBI single for Mary Vandergriff on a ball that got up in the jet stream and carried over the head of D'Alfonso and left. And it brings up Abby Martin. Squares to bunt and puts it down for a strike. She missed. 0-1. 7-5. Carson-Newman has retaken the lead. 3 walks to lead off the inning, and then a Mary Vandergriff 2 RBI single to left. The pitch. Martin squares to bunt and tips it foul. She's behind in the count at 0-2. Carson-Newman has had issues getting the bunt down in this game. Carmen Holt had instructions to lay down a sacrifice bunt twice. Didn't do so either time. The 0-2. Martin takes up for a ball, 1-2. Now Abby Martin falls victim to that as well, but she's at least been swinging a hot bat, hitting .417. 1 for 2 today with a 2 RBI double. The 1-2. Martin will flare it down the right field line. That turns foul and out of play. Count holds it a ball and 2 strikes, and now the wind really picking up. Flag in center field is gusting and shaking the pole as it flaps in the breeze. The 1-2. Martin swings and misses. She's down on strikes. First strikeout for Newberry pitching today. Sullivan gets Martin to whiff, and there's 1 away for Sienna Cameron. 7-5, Eagles have taken the lead with 2 runs here in the bottom of the fifth. Loaded the bases with 3 straight walks to open up the inning. As Cameron stands in and takes a strike, 0-1. Cameron has been aboard every time she's come up today. A walk and 2 infield singles. Outfield is in. Infield is in. 1 out, 2 on. The pitch. Cameron takes inside for a ball, 1-1. Holt stands on second base for Carson-Newman. Mary Vandergriff on first. Carson-Newman with oodles of speed. Those players have combined for 5 stolen bases. The 1-1. Cameron slices it through the left side of the infield. That's a base hit. Load him up again off of the 3rd hit of the day for Sienna Cameron. It rolled just past the reach of the diving third baseman Haley Hill and was cut off near the left field line by D'Alfonso. A 1-out single for Cameron. An eagle on every bag for Macy Hughes. Cameron with her 10th career 3-hit game. And Cedia Triplett has her lineup card out. This might be the end of the road for Allie Sullivan's relief outing. And Sullivan, her day is done. Newberry goes back to its starter, Lindsey Foster. More on that after these warm-up pitches here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Foster re-enters in the circle and fires a first pitch low to Macy Hughes to start off this at-bat 1-0. Foster, 4 innings of work so far today, 7 hits, 5 runs. The 1-0. Hughes takes outside for a ball. It's 2-0. 100th pitch of Foster's outing. She re-enters in place of Sullivan, who's responsible for all 3 Eagles on the base paths and the 2 runs already in this inning. 2-0 pitch. Hughes wallops foul at third. Hopping out of the way of it was Carmen Holt. It's 2-1. The chant from the dugout was, "Watch out for Grandma" there. For Carson-Newman's 5th-year senior Holt, who was Johnny on the spot to leap out of the way of it. 2-1. Foster pitches. And Hughes takes a strike on the outer half. It's 2-2. An Eagle on every bag. Holt on third. Vandergriff on second. Cameron on first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. A 7-5 Carson-Newman lead. The 2-2 pitch. Hughes will send it down the right field line. It is over the head of Evans and to the wall. Holt scores. Vandergriff rounding third. She is in. Hughes clears the bases with a triple. Cameron scores from first, and the Eagles have plated 5 here in the bottom of the 5th. A triple down the right field line for Macy Hughes. And the Eagles have opened up a 10-5 lead. Second triple of the season for Hughes. Foster deals to Macaulay Bailey, swinging at the first pitch, ripping it down the right field line. That's down for a base hit. Hughes scores standing from third. It's the 6th run of the inning for Carson-Newman. And now, all of a sudden, with 1 out and 1 on, Eagles ahead by 6 runs, you start potentially thinking about the run rule. And if Brooke Matazowski puts one out of the park, it's game over. She checks her swing and fouls off the first pitch she gets, 0-1. 11-5, Carson-Newman leading. A Hughes bases clearing triple. A Macaulay Bailey RBI single. The 0-1. Downstairs for a ball, it's 1-1. The 1-1. Downstairs to Matazowski, 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Carson-Newman has scored 6 here in the bottom of the 5th. The offense coming to life. The 2-1. Matazowski cranks to the left center field alleyway. That bounces to the wall. Matazowski charging into second. She stands up with a double. Bailey over to third. And the game-ending run is in scoring position now for Carson-Newman and Kennedy Warder. 11-5 Eagles leading here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Cedia Triplett has her lineup card out. She's making another change. So Foster will exit stage left. And Newberry will bring it in its 3rd pitcher of the day in Jayla Jackson. More on that in a moment after these messages right here on the Eagle Sports Network.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeingeagles.com right now, where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeingeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials, from pens to phone chargers, are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeingeagles.com today.
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Bottom of the fifth inning, and Carson-Newman has scored 6 times already in the inning off of 5 hits. Newberry pitching started the inning with back-to-back-to-back walks, and the Eagles have been in business ever since. Jayla Jackson is on in relief. Third pitcher of the day for the Wolves. She's 1-2 on the year with 2 saves, a 3.79 ERA. Her whip sits at 2. That's walks and hits per innings pitched. So pretty much every inning she pitches, she gives up 2 base runners. Carson-Newman, head coach Michael Graves, has his lineup card out. He wants to utilize a pinch runner and brings in Mari Robbins to run for Brooke Matazowski at second base. Carson-Newman scores the 2 that are in scoring position, Bailey and Robbins. It's game over. The Eagles walk it off via the run rule. Kennedy Warder takes down for a ball to begin the at-bat, 1-0. She started this inning with a walk and has been aboard every time she's been to the plate. 2 singles and a base on balls. Jackson, the 1-0. Warder hits it high in the air to left. Back to the wall. It's out of here! Game over! Warder walks it off with a nuke. She hit it into the jet stream, and it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Carson-Newman scores 9 times in the bottom of the 5th and wins it via the run rule, 14-5. A crazy way to end it. This was a seesaw battle. And a 5-5 ball game at the start of this half inning, and then the Eagles offense just roared. Warder homers to left center, and it's ball game over. Eagles win 14-5 in walk-off run rule fashion in a game that took 1 hour and 52 minutes to play. Riley Gaddis gets the win to improve to 8-3. While Allie Sullivan takes the loss for Newberry. She drops to 7-4. Game 2 heads your way in approximately 30 minutes. Circle 3:22 on your clock for the presumptive start time. Eagles stay atop the league leaderboard with a 14-5 run rule win over the Wolves in Game 1. We're back after these messages on the Eagle Sports Network.